What's up, guys? All right, so today is Friday, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things. But first off, I want to respond to Big Fitz, who was asking me about Twiz. And, you guys that have been, following, watching the CarnivalSpirits vlogs that I've been doing all year, you know that at the end of my videos, I would put this graphic that says Twiz R.I.P. And what that is it's a spin-off of the Uncle Howie Records logo that became Uncle Howie R.I.P. when Ill Bill and Necro's uncle passed away. And so I created a kind of like a spin-off of that for my friend Donnie Black, who went by Twiz. And I'm totally not surprised that that you remember him, and that you're asking me now. I kind of always figured in the back of my head it'd only be a matter of time before somebody asks me about Twiz, and the reason for that is because Twiz was one of those people who was very outgoing, very personable, just an extremely nice guy, and Twiz had a knack for bringing out the best in people. He was such a genuine person. But yes, Twiz passed away in 2009 in October, and it was sudden, it was unexpected, it was cardiac arrest, and there were some other complications. He was sick. I've lost a few people in my life that I was close to, mostly relatives and, grandparents. When I was in high school, there was a kid that was ahead of me and a kid that was one grade below me, and they were brothers, the Monroe brothers. In 1999, in October, they died in a car crash. They were both passengers in this car that, the driver was drunk and they weren't wearing their seatbelts, and they both died together. They were both only brothers. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have any other siblings. It that is the kind of catastrophic loss that a whole town has a hard time getting over. And that was like the first time that my world was rocked by two people that I was close with being taken away just like that. And and I played soccer with these guys, the Monroes. I played tennis with them. I went to elementary school with them. In '99, I wrote a poem about the loss of my friends called "The Color of October." It was a short poem, and that was in '99. In 2000, I rewrote my poem for a class. I had a creative writing class, and the assignment was to whatever. But I ended up embellishing on this poem, and I actually like doubled it in length. I don't think it rhymed originally. I think it was just a poem, but that didn't rhyme. And then I made it into one that did rhyme somehow for my class, and and then I had another class called Creativity, Imagination and Creativity. I went to school for graphic design. I was an art major, just so you guys know. While I was going to art school for graphics, I stumbled upon my passion for making music in this class, where first we had to listen to a piece of instrumental music and just write to it, whatever came to our minds. And it was supposed to be a piece of music that we weren't familiar with. And I had my friend pick me out a beat. The lead singer of Faith No More's name is Mike Patton, and he has some solo projects. One of them is called Mr. Bungle, and there was this one track on this one Mr. Bungle album I think it's called Backstroking. But it's virtually an instrumental. There's a little bit of like backstroking or something in there, but it's no lyrics, you know what I mean? And so I asked my friend to hook me up with an instrumental that I could write to, and what I did is I turned that into a rap, and I recorded it with the help of my friend, who's a DJ and a rapper and a producer. Okay, so my very first song I ever made, I called it Imagination Creativity, I named it after the class. It was just an assignment. But that was so fun that for my final in that class, I decided to take my poem, The Color of October, and I once again elaborated on it, and I made it into a rap, and I recorded it. And so this is my second song I'm recording here, and I did this for class. And after I was done with this class, I decided that I didn't want to stop making music. And and of course there was something else I was doing. I was actually in the process of writing Dear Joe and Joey. But that was actually from 99 to 2003. The whole time period was when I was writing and crafting and brainstorming this tribute track to Insane Clown Posse. And of course, when the Wraith dropped in 10 years ago. Anyway, back to The Color of October. That song helped me get over the passing of my friends in high school. It was therapeutic, and I wanted to keep making songs, and I did. And so, for many years I would work on writing songs, and I'd record when I could, and eventually I got my own equipment, and eventually I ended up recording Dear Joe and Joey, putting it online, and it's gotten like 80,000 plays since 2005 that I've estimated. So that's the reason why a lot of people know me. Exposing myself as Beastmaster in the Juggalo world, it changed my world, because the whole time that I was down, I kept to myself. I stuck with my friends. I wasn't a social butterfly. I didn't try to mix it up with many juggalos at shows, and I didn't socialize after, in between events and stuff, until 2007. And when I did that, my world opened up, and I met so many of you guys, and Twiz was one of them. Okay, we had mutual friends, and when we finally met each other, we clicked. We became brothers. We started rapping together with our other mutual friends, and when it all comes down to, that's the thing, man. From 2007 to 2009, Twiz really did become my best friend, and it wasn't just me. I noticed that he was the most genuine person that the Juggalo Nation has ever seen, and I would love to talk about Twiz and share more about him, memories. This is not going to be the last time you hear me talk about Twiz. But to answer your question, Fitz, yeah, man, that was Twiz. He definitely shared music with you on MySpace. That was him all day. He used to send his tracks out to all his homies so that he could get feedback, and just the way he was. Like, a lot of people know him from Juggalo shows. A lot of people know him from the gatherings. I put up a video on CarnivalSpirits not too long ago of Off the Clock with Nathan and Leah, Nathan Extra and Leah, the intern from Psychopathic Records, and this is from 2007 when they played Dear Joe and Joey on Fuck Off Radio. And if you listen to that video or that broadcast that I shared on CarnivalSpirits, there is a point where they try to change the subject at the end to segue into talking about the gathering in 2007, and Leah mentions that she was so psyched to go back to the gathering, and that to be around the Juggalos is so awesome. And then she said that, on the last day at the gathering, there were even Juggalos that would come up to me and just say, hey, we just wanted to say goodbye, and it was awesome meeting you, and they didn't even want anything other than to just, show love. And when she said that on the air, I didn't realize it at the time, but I found out later that she's talking about Twiz and his fiancée Veronica, and I have the photograph to prove it. They're the ones that met Leah and showed her love, and then came back to visit her at her fucking merch booth on the last day of the gathering to say, hey, it was great to meet you. Hopefully we'll see you next year. Let's get a picture together. And that's the kind of person Twiz was. he made everybody feel like they were his new best friend, and he made friends by the dozens. Everywhere he went, everything he did, he was a pleasure to be around, and he was the glue to a lot of people's cliques. You know what I mean? He kept people together. Now, I wrote a song about Twiz, much like I wrote a song about my friends that passed away, the Monroe brothers. That song's called The Color of October. The song I made for Twiz is called Don't Give Up the Ghost, and it's here on YouTube. And yeah, that's all I got to say right now. But I didn't mean to leave you hanging so long, Fitz. You asked me this question a while ago, and I've been dealing with some shit. Been extremely busy, and I'm not going to ramble on anymore. But I hope that that answers your question. You know, and like I said, I haven't even begun to share my memories of Twiz, but I guess I did need to break the ice and explain that he was taken from us too soon, and you know, and I guess lastly I will mention that he did have an unborn child in his fiance's womb before he passed away, and little Donnie Black was born in February of 2010. He's now 2 years old, and you know, and this little guy is the spitting image of his father, and I love him to pieces, and he's my new best friend. You know what I mean? My girlfriend and I are still close with Twiz's fiance and little Donnie, and yeah. So I thought maybe I'd let you in on that little fun fact, that he did have a miracle baby right after we lost him, and yeah, can't really get over something like that, but you live with it, and yeah, man, bringing back a flood of memories. But I'll talk about this some more later. For now, I gotta go. All right, peace.
I know you're listening, Twiz. Rest in peace, homie. We all love you and miss you very much. Let's take this moment of silence. Miss you, yo.
I barely knew him, but I loved him like a brother, that ain't no lie. He gave me daps every single time he would roll by, sitting on the scooter smoking reds, getting so high I cried like a baby when I heard he had to go fly away. That was only 3 months ago, buried 10/30/09. We threw a little show commemorating the memory of Donnie Black, better known as Twiz. It is what it is and it kills me. Only knew him for less than a year, can you feel me? But every experience let me know he was a real G. He never had negative words for anybody. Even if they did him wrong, he would call him his buddy. Spitting raps about necrophilia and getting bloody, lightsaber swinging Jedi, oh so nutty. I gotta tell you, never have I met a man like him, and never will again. Where do I begin? We miss you, Twiz. Yo, the stories I could tell you, the stories that I don't know. My homie reppin' Hot Town, my brother is a juggalo. I'ma see you up in Shangri-La, motherfucker, don't hesitate. Grab me like the Wraith when it's time to go. Donnie, I hope that you know how much we love you. I'm crying on my pages knowing I can never hug you again. You were a friend and so real, I just can't imagine how your family and friends that knew you for years feel. Steady smiling, wild and cracking a joke. He had one left, he would still bum me a smoke. 7-head cypher, he would still give me a toke. He even bought my microphone from me cause I'm so broke. He told me, yo, come by whenever, we can lace tracks. Take the train, Max, and I'll find you a way back. Yo, you're a fucking rock star, it's true. So when we finally go platinum, I'ma tell him we did it for you. just so unfair that you're gone. But I know you wouldn't want me getting depressed, and so I carry on and I stay strong, and it don't stop. You'll be right there with us when the High-Town crew reaches the top. We rock to the beats, stomp with our feet. My history with the crew started at Walnut Street. Introduced through the beast, then I met 6 and B, Trigger, Reject, and Dirty C. I did B's birthday and it was cool, but it just felt like a show. One night up in the city of Lynn, then I would know. With this crew there's no telling how far that I can go, and that was a gift from you, just so they know. And now time blows and I doze and my head rocks. I think of all the times that you would school me with the headshots on Xbox. Yo, you ain't even gone, you're in my heart and mind. Forever you will reside inside all of us.